Moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Look 58! Yo, pick up the ball. 36! Kill.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Tight up. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Switch.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Watch the screen. Watch twins. Slam. Rush in. Down 300.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game.
Look 58. Check 56. Check. Check. Crunch. Check 13. Kelly. Switch your son.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
Big ass. Inside. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Check. Frank. 22 jet bomber. Check.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
319. 56. Here we go. Slam. Back north. Kill. He's coming. Inside. Look at this.
On first down, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez Scantling. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll try the right side here with Peyton. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
He's checking. Crash. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Check 26. Slant.
Here's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down.
Under 10.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Fine, 90. 42. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Run fast. Echo. Quit talking about it and bring it. Go ahead.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ricky. 6 yards.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Sorry. You better be afraid of me.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's Wilson to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's Kelsey on the ground. 23 yards on the play. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers has got it to Williams. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 25-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. You're right. Set the mark, boy. 56. Check 56. Coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Right. Ship.
Running right, Jones. There he goes, right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Packers have taken the lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Blue down. Hey, Mike on truck. 42.
Wilson now, going to throw again. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Well, it was 2nd and long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left side. It got his man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's Hill, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City 1st down. Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Wilson, there goes a deep ball, and that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Butker on for the PAT. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Mike, 56, right there. Greystone, travel.
They'll try the right side with Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
319. Right now, you got 58. 630. Hey, over. 56.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Adams has it complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 31. SOS. Okay, over here. SOS.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 21-14. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Alert. That's it. 58 to Mike. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got it.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. They're going deep for Hill. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will take it all in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall,
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the team...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent. Second year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, Wilson. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Here's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. Wilson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
36 power.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
We want it. Come to Gun. Off. 58, Mike. Watch the run.
On 3rd down, Wilson looking downfield for Kelsey. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Wilson in the offense, not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
58's the mark. 58's the mark. Hey, 0. 58's the mark. You can't block me.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Looking for Kelsey. It's caught at the 10. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Kelsey. 1st down and goal to go.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Who's the team? 42, check, Mike 42. I'm coming.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check 15, check 15.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. At the 24.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hatchet. Check next time.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Joker. Check 3.
And they give this time to the tailback. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Come on, let's go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Jump out. Bang. Back. All right. Undercut.
Now a give, right side. Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check out. Inside. Go get him.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's J.K. Scott now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Again, it's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Gets this one to Hill. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14.
Look left. Check, 42's the mic. Check, 42's the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow.
Get that ball. Say. Check. Crunch.
They run it again with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
This has been an up-and-down, back-and-forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
I can't believe they even let you play. Quick. Check 13.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Tackle made by Everson Griffin. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Big gas. He's coming. Double up. Yo, 40. Check.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 44.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Williams He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They run. It's Williams. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed two. He barely got back to the line of scrimmage. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And able to find Allen Lazard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. Now flags come in before the kick. Clearly there was contact. Who was at fault? So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, a little subtle head movement the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot for Wilson. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair. Even